The one and only multiverse presents a grand unified theory. Ismail Al-Jazari. 1136 to 1206, age 70. Albert Einstein. 1879 to 1955, age 76. Time. A point-to-point measure of progression. A perceived reality, no height, width, depth. Space, matter, magnetism. A physical reality of height, width, depth. Is space, time or space-time, a physical existence? No. Time is a measure of progress, change, period. Space is not a measurement, although it can be measured. It can exist without time. Is matter, structures a physical existence? Yes, they both have height, width, depth, volume, and form. Is space, magnetism or magnetic space, a real thing? Yes, magnetism also has height, width, depth, volume, and is physically linked with matter. Only magnetism can change its spatial volume. Basic matter cannot. See Encyclopedia 72.5, Physical Existence, and 82.4, Reality. Web page and video are not AI generated. Your host, Richard E. Noer. Time. Time is a point-to-point measure of the progressing movement energy of matter and its magnetic space. The evolving reconfiguration of matter, space, and its energy. Time is also a discrete entity, but not a physical existence of height, width, or depth. There are two dimensions of time. The first dimension is cosmic time. It is measured by using a black star supernova, a time stamp, and an observational point for an object in space that the supernova created. Time's second dimension is local time, with its unique start and stop points for measurement. It doesn't involve a black star supernova, or a singularity as a starting point. Both dimensions associate time with Earth's orbit or spin. As you can see, measuring time in a multiverse using a single supernova is impossible. This is because the multiverse is infinite, so time also has to be infinite. There are many black star supernovas, at different times and space, in a multiverse. Finally, to reiterate an important fact, a multiverse has unlimited time zones, but, because the multiverse is existence itself, and perpetual, so is the progression of time. This by far is the most complicated and controversial phenomena to explain because it is based on two separate things that work together, energy and matter. There are many interpretations and applications of movement, therefore it gets complex. I'll try and explain it the best way I can, how the multiverse views this phenomenon. Let's talk about time. Time cannot be calculated without movement. This is because it is a different type of measurement. It doesn't measure height, width, or depth, it measures progression. This means you can have matter and no movement, but you cannot have progression without changing substance. This also means that you can have matter without energy, but you must have matter to establish energy. To carry it one step further, energy is not the essential ingredient of the universe, it is its substance, matter. Now that we have laid a foundation for understanding, we can establish time's true nature. Time has two dimensions. First, there is cosmic time, with its unique start point that begins with a black star supernova, and stops within the same evolutionary space. Then there is local time, which begins with a unique start point, but not the black star supernovas, and ends with an observational point within the same time zone, wherever that may be. Both dimensions associate movement with Earth's orbit or spin. The movement of matter in both dimensions are different, and you must include all dimensional points when calculating or theorizing the passage of time. Mathematics has omitted cosmic time in its formulas, and that is just not logical. That's why the twin paradox is such a dilemma. In the paradox, identical twins because of circumstance, become locally separated. This means their cosmic points of time also get separated. After a long journey through space and different destinations, they decide to reunite. Logic, unknown to them, they must match their cosmic points, and their now points. Both time dimensions are needed to calculate the rendezvous. If this happens and they both have enough time left and are not too old, the twins can meet. TM predicts they are still the same age, but are equally older. It's the cosmic time and distance traveled for both, and the matching now points, that has aged the twins, not a single changing speed and distance of space travel. Sorry Einstein and time travelers, it takes time to match their individual cosmic points, and now points. You cannot undo the original, steady, progressing speed and distance of all individual moving points in the whole universe, multiverse. Time marches on. What does all this mean? It means that E equals mc squared is wrong. Don't overthink time. The cosmic now point, second dimension. In the multiverse we see time as a measurement and not as an event that can be transversed. When you look up at the stars, you are looking at light that has reached your cosmic, now point. Metaphorically you are looking into the past, but there is a problem with this perception. The light waves that have reached your specific space, and present time, are not old light. The light you are looking at is in the present and so are you, but you are looking at a snapshot of a past cosmic point, not a now point. The stars that created the light are presently in their individual now points. Or, they have ceased to exist. In any case, you can see the light they created, but you can't see them in their present time. That's because their light must travel through space to get to you. There is a vast distance between you and the stars, and along the way, there is an infinite number of now points. Another way of thinking about time and light wave travel. Suppose there was a massive earthquake in Hawaii. This in turn produced a tsunami which traveled to the west coast of California. If in California you were walking on the beach and saw this wave, you would not be thinking you are looking back in time, you would immediately think about the present, and get the heck out of there. After the wave passes you may be concerned about what caused the wave, but that's not the perceived event. It's obvious everything that has or will happen can only be experienced now. We know that it takes time to travel through space because we have deduced this concept by observations and using the relativity of mathematics. What we have not considered is that time is a discrete entity, and not a physical existence of height, width, depth. It is a measurement of the progressing movement of matter, plus its spatial force, and was discovered by logic. The universe doesn't know anything about time. It moves, expands, contracts and evolves. It does all these things in the now, not in the past or future. Albert Einstein. Einstein was obsessed with time. Because of his early work in a Swiss patent office, he dealt with a lot of applications for time-keeping mechanisms. TM believes that this caused an overexposure to time relevancy. This in turn led to a misinterpretation of the concept of now, and the now point. The second mistake Einstein made was, he linked space and time together, space-time, thus creating a single entity. TM did not do this because it considers time to be only a measurement and not a physical existence of height, width, depth. On the other hand, space does get linked, not with time, but with magnetism. Space magnetism, or the better sounding, magnetic space. The reason for this is, both matter and the additional space that is created by a spatial magnetic force, is physical space. The movement of matter and a magnetic spatial force, are inseparable. They both have height, width and depth. Matter plus spin energy creates polarized magnetism. This magnetism has a north and south pole with a one-way spatial magnetic flow through a center axis of the spinning matter. This magnetic space is the basic force for creating distance and movement in the cosmos, and can be measured as time. Time, on the other hand, is a calculated change of matter and space, but it is not the matter itself. It is a measurement of movement, and/or distance, not the height, width and depth of its substance. It measures where the substance has moved or changed. Because of Einstein's illogical joining space with time, mathematics predicts with certainty that time travel is possible, but in TM theory, it is not. Space, polarized space, and matter, are different dimensions but are physically linked. Time, on the other hand, is only a measurement, and not a height, width, depth existence. It would be nonsense to say, Apple light year, but it would be correct, if you said Apple and its magnetism. This is because both matter and magnetism together, is what creates mass. So the conclusion is, time travel may be possible in storybooks, computer simulations, and the movies, but not in a multiverse theory. TM. Conclusion. Yes, time is a measurement and can change with speed. Yes, speed is a measurement and can change with time, but matter is not a measurement although it can be measured, it is a substance. It always exists in the now, never past or future. The past and future are perceived realities, and not the height, width or depth of space. Time, on the other hand, is an intellectual reality, but not a physical presence. So, mixing the two realities into one, won't work. They are separate. The other conclusions are: 1. Matter creates space. 2. Spinning matter creates space to spin in. 3. Spinning matter creates a north and south pole with a one-way magnetic spatial force, flow. 4. Magnetic spatial force is a physical existence, time is not, it has no height, width and depth. Finally, atomic clocks. Contrary to popular thinking, atomic clocks don't keep perfect time. When you put one on a plane and whirl it around the Earth then return home, time seems to have changed ever so slightly. TM predicts evidence does not support this. It is timekeeping of the clock that has changed, not the evolution of time. Gravitational, magnetic, and density fields disrupts the decay and oscillations of atoms, not the measurement of time. It doesn't make any difference how fast or slow the clock is moving, it is where in space and the differing energy fields the clock encounters that makes the difference. Satellites are also subject to this phenomena. Also, it has been observed that some stationary, and moving atomic clocks, suffer from the same fluctuating atomic decay rates during high sunspot activity that has bombarded Earth's magnetic field. So, atomic timekeeping, although extremely accurate, is not precise. All of the universe is a mixture of matter plus a magnetic non-polarized, polarized spatial force. There is matter with energy. Movement, there is matter with no energy and matter with potential energy. Only matter plus a moving magnetic spatial force can create time. This is because time is a measure of the progressing movement energy of matter, it doesn't measure the height, width or depth of the structure of space. Your host, Richard E. Noer. Young me. Mini me. Email, noerastronomy@gmail.com. Here in a multiverse. Our goal is to find the cosmic truth. No matter where, or how far it takes you. The universe truly does unify. If you get the basics right.